Hey, what's up? So, I thought it would be a cool idea to read some of these Am I an Asshole Reddit stories and determine whether or not I think they was an asshole. I saw somebody else doing this on YouTube. I can't remember the name of their channel, but it was a girl. Anyway, and I thought it was a good idea and I wanted to do it too. So, let's start. Okay, this is a long one, but let's read it. My husband left the groceries on the floor for me to put up when I get home. AITA, I don't know what that means. As if. I don't know what that means. If I refuse to touch them. Oh, am I the asshole? Okay, now we know. Am I the asshole if I refuse to touch them? My husband and I went grocery shopping, and afterwards he dropped me off at the nail salon, and he went home with the groceries. I thought that since he went home, he would have put the groceries up. When he picked me up from the nail salon and went home, I saw the groceries were on the kitchen floor, still in bags. I asked him why didn't he put up the groceries, and he argued he put the cold stuff up, but he left the rest, the majority, of the groceries in the bags. So I asked him why didn't he just put all the groceries up, and he got defensive and said it's always something. And that I act like he doesn't clean around the house slash do stuff around the house. So I asked him if he expected me to put the groceries up when I got home. Long story short, I don't believe that, but okay. Long story short, I am not touching those groceries. After dinner, he went into the kitchen, washed the dishes, and drew himself, I think is what they meant. Drew himself a bath. And still left the groceries on the floor. Am I the asshole if I refuse to put the groceries up? I mean, just get over it and put the fucking groceries up. I don't really think anybody's the asshole. He put the cold stuff up and that was the most important, but like, what's it matter? I do think it's weird that he took a bath though. I just think that's different. Okay, but there's an update. All right. He got out of his bath and I took mine. When I got out of the bath, the groceries are still on the floor and he's in the living room watching anime. Okay, it's making sense now. Update again. I asked him why didn't he put the groceries up, and he got in the bed and said, "Why can't you?" Then told me to fuck off. He's sleeping in the living room. That's funny. That is funny. I can't help but laugh about that. So I'm calling an Uber and I'm going to stay at a hotel tonight because I'm so mad right now. I feel so disrespected right now. I'm at the hotel now. I hope I can get some sleep tonight. He texts me asking me where I am. I'm not answering any of his texts or speaking to him until I get back home tomorrow morning. Update. I just learned that this is called weaponized. Oh my god, they got a name for everything. Like, literally, a name for everything. You understand? But apparently, this one is called. Where was I at? Weaponized incompetence. From some people in this thread. I showed this Reddit post to my therapist this morning. Oh my god, these people, they're fucked. That's what I think. I'm home now. She told me to voice how my feelings are hurt, that he cursed at me and told me to fuck off and fuck you. I'm glad I didn't take the disrespect laying down. That was highly disrespectful. I mean, I just think there's more going on here than groceries. Because if you're going to get that mad over groceries, you're tripping. You need like another therapist or something. Let me be your therapist. You get the fuck over it and move on. Okay? No. Okay. Oh, God, this is really long. But it seems juicy, so Let's read it. All right, so am I the asshole for not telling my ex-wife that we lived in a rental apartment? I don't know. In 2008, when I started university, I rented a 2-bedroom apartment with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and my friend and his girlfriend. Okay, we got a great deal for it, as the owner of the place lost his job because everything that happened back then and decided to try her luck abroad, where she still lives. Years went by, and after university, my friend and his girlfriend decided to find a place of their own. As we had full-time jobs, renting this apartment together did not seem expensive anymore, and also did not seem expensive to rent alone after we broke up sometime later. So there I was, alone in a 2-bedroom apartment in the central part of the city. The owner decided that she was too lazy to mess with the bills and stuff every month, and made arrangements for me to pay everything directly, as I earned her trust. I still pay her monthly rent, which is very cheap for today, and deal with everything else having her authorization. Okay. Because of the perfect location, my second bedroom was basically a free B&B for my friends who did not live in the city and did not mind. It is good to have company if you live alone. In 2020, I met a girl who was in a rush to get married, and I was madly in love. That makes no sense. In 2020, I met a girl who was in a rush to get married, and I was madly in love. We did in 2021. Okay. For some reason, I never told her the story of how I rented the place or that it was a rental at all. If it just never came up. How does that not come up? Oh, I know. Because you got married and you're only together for 1 year. That's probably how that happened. Just saying. Okay. I have been so used to the fact that I am authorized representative with building... I am an authorized representative with building cooperative things, etc. The fuck does that mean? That I refer to it as my place. Well, it ain't y'all's, honey. It ain't ever gonna be y'all's. Anyway, our relationship started to cool down, and we found out that we were not perfect for each other after all. What do you know? So, divorce it is. So, we did the paperwork for divorce, and she is moving out. A few days ago, I received an email from her with a real estate valuation document as an attachment. While I was not at home, she wasted 500, I don't know if that's euros or what, but it ain't like American dollars. Anyhow, for someone to evaluate an apartment that does not belong to us. And I wrote that I probably have to take a loan to pay her the 50% of that. I replied to her, didn't I ever tell you that this place is a rental? Why does she even assume that I can afford a 2-bedroom apartment in the city center? She knows where I work and how much I earn. Yeah, but I mean, you could have got that anywhere. Like, you could have inherited it or something. Who knows? I'm sure she wasn't assuming, she was taking your word for it. I mean, because you said it was yours. But I think it's kind of crazy that y'all never had a conversation about money and like the things you materialistically own before you got married. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. She called and she called and screamed at me that I had lied to her for years and had hid the fact that the apartment was rental. Then she tells me that, bitch, really? Are you... Okay. Then she tells me that, well, she will take the car as we got that together. And I was quiet for a moment, and then I told her, you do know that it's a lease, right? This guy. And then he said he ain't stupid, he ain't fucking around, and no more. These bitches is tripping. the owner of the car is the bank. She called me an asshole and ended the call. Of course, she told her whole friends group how I lied to her during the whole marriage, and that there was discussion in a manager group with friends that if it is a lie or not, whether was it an asshole thing to do or not. Some agree with me and some with her. My best friend told me that this is a perfect topic for a Reddit thread. Now I ask you, Reddit, am I the asshole? No. No. But you are kind of an asshole for getting married when you don't really know the person that much. Like, I mean, so me and my husband were together for 7 years before we got married, but I have pretty much known him my entire life. So, yeah. I'm not going to go marry someone, okay, and share every single thing with someone if I don't know the intention for one, and then, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm just not going to do that. That's stupid. You're literally setting yourself up for failure. Are you drawing on that baby? So some of the comments are funny. This one says, it's odd that you didn't tell her, but also odd that it wasn't part of your conversation about life and who is paying for things and how and so on and so forth. But not an asshole. I'm sorry this is technically not funny, but I laughed so much when she tried to get half of the apartment, failed, then tried to get the car, and you dropped that, well, that's a rental. Well, he didn't say rental, but anyhow, it's weird that it didn't come up at some point, but you are not an asshole for not specifically telling her. No, it just seems like she had some kind of ulterior motive, really, with her being, like, so eager to get married, and then, yeah, just strange. Anyway, let's move on to another one. Okay, am I the asshole for not giving the dollhouse I built to my niece? I built to my niece? You built for your niece. People cannot type. But to my wife as a gift instead. Okay, 28 male made my wife, 28 female, a replica of a house that's known to fans of a musician but wouldn't mean much to others. It is about 2 feet tall and wasn't very complicated to build, but my wife had said a few times over the last year that she thought it would be cool to have for little trinkets. She's like a crow with her trinkets. I love it. She didn't know I was making it for her, but I did sneakily involve her in it creation through having her make a couple TikToks when we were out together so I could get the colors right. She had no idea. I was excited, so I showed a picture to my brother. He told me it was cool but didn't get the purpose. He showed it to my niece, who is 13. She knew what it was and said she wanted one too. My brother asked if I could give it to Ava for her birthday. I said no, it's for my wife, but I could make one with Ava. I would help teach her some basic woodworking skills which they don't do in schools anymore. I'd like that, brother said. If it was so easy, then I could make a second one for my wife and just give this one to Ava since her B-Day is the end of the month. Again, I said no. This one was done specifically for my wife. He seemed to accept that, but then came to me and said, isn't it a little weird to make dollhouses for an adult woman? I told him it's not a dollhouse, just a fancy shelf. He argued that makes it worse because Ava would actually play with it. Says your brother's a dick. He must have gone to complain to mom about it. He is the younger brother. Because mom called me to tell me that it was stupid to give my wife a dollhouse. I tried to explain that it is not a dollhouse, but she just kept saying that it's stupid. This weekend it was their house It was at their house, and Ava kept bringing up the house and laying it on thick with statements like, "I've always wanted one just like that." She kept asking my wife. Oh, she kept asking why my wife wanted a dollhouse. I said it's not a dollhouse, but she kept asking why she needed a dollhouse. I told my brother that he was encouraging his kid to be manipulative, and I really didn't like it, so I was going to leave. He told me that I was dangling the house over her head like McDonald's and teasing her, and that it made me a bad uncle. Motherfucker, I wish he would. No. That's just wrong. That is not at all what he is doing, and I think that's stupid. So stupid. Okay. Being a good uncle is important to me, and I feel for the girl because she's a big fan too. I admit I have a blind spot for this because I don't have kids, and maybe I shouldn't have shared this picture with my brother to begin with. Am I really an asshole for not giving it to her? Yes, it was easy to make, and I could make another one quickly. Sorry, guys. Ava isn't my brother's biological daughter. That's a whole nother level. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's a long story involved that I didn't want to add, but I should have realized the age would be surprising. I still see her as my niece regardless, but I get why that would be alarming. Nothing bad happened or anything. What? Okay, yeah, I just think that's stupid. I think that your brother's an asshole for thinking that you need to give it to his daughter or his stepdaughter. That's stupid. No. I made it for my wife. My wife is involved in it, and yeah, I'll make another one for your kid, but tell her to be patient, sit back, and shut up. I mean, why are you so entitled to think that you deserve it more than his wife when he made it for his wife? And then if I was the wife, I would be like pissed off if my husband just give it away to someone else. I mean, I understand it's not just somebody, but like still, you're giving away something that. So me and my husband have done several woodworking projects together, and if like this kitchen table, for instance, I would absolutely kill him. Like I would freak out because for one, there's a lot of time and memories made when you do projects together, you know, and then, I mean, I don't know, for you to just think that you can like take it and give it away, and then like your mom's involved in it, and your mom's saying that it's stupid. I just feel like, you know what? I'm just not gonna share anything with you guys anymore. Y'all go do y'all, and I'm gonna do me. That's exactly what I would do. I wouldn't share nothing else with them, and I wouldn't make her little ungrateful ass a no dollhouse. And I would say, well, get your daddy to help you make one, or your stepdaddy, whoever he is. Get him to help you make one, because I'm a bad uncle, and bad uncles don't help, and they don't give things away. So that's what I would say. Anyway, this was fun, and I'm gonna do another one, probably. But I want to go ahead and like have them picked out because some of these are really long, and I don't really particularly like reading forever and ever and ever. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out, trout.